everyone, and welcome to the Always Ready podcast, brought to you by HARMAN Automotive. Now, this is a program for automotive engineering and product management professionals to take you under the hood of consumer-centric automotive experiences and give you the lowdown on some of the amazing technology that are powering these experiences. So my name is Oisín Lunny. I help great people, companies and organizations tell their best stories through podcasts, through digital experiences and through events. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome to the podcast Werner Metternich. How are you doing, Werner?
Thank you, Oisín. I'm doing well today.
Phenomenal. Now, Werner, you are the Vice President of Architecture and Requirements at HARMAN Automotive. And I know that you lead a team defining the system requirements of the products developed in the Intelligent Cockpit organization of HARMAN Automotive. And your background includes leadership roles in system, architecture and software development, in addition to research and automation. Welcome to the show, Werner.
Thank you. Thank you, Oisín.
Okay, Werner, before we dive into all of the great work you're doing with computation and systems and all of the really cool stuff, it'd be great to get to know a little bit about your good self, you know, how long you've been at HARMAN and what it is exactly that you do there.
Yeah, let me just give you a little bit of my background. So I'm now since 8 months in HARMAN, so not that long. Other people say I'm already a senior, but I'm still exploring. I'm leading the team defining the architecture and the requirements in HARMAN. So my team is in charge of defining all the architecture, hardware, software, system architecture for all the products of Intelligent Cockpit, along with the requirements which we get and which rank around these products. My teams are involved in the development, but we are also involved in the early phases with customer capturing during the RFI, RFQ phases. So basically we are defining the first system concepts so we can capture new business for HARMAN.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you're kind of working with these opportunities, with your partners, with new customers, and really deploying this cutting edge technology, which we're going to dive into right now. So tell our dear listeners and viewers, what exactly is central compute? And I would love to know, why it was formed. Was there anybody involved that you want to give a name check to? And also, what does it mean in terms of addressing automotive transformation?
Let me just start by rehearsing the definition of central compute, what we use here in HARMAN or in general, right? In general, central compute platform is enabling consolidation. What means consolidation? I take multiple domains out of the car and put it together in one compute box, right? So what benefits does this bring? I mean, you heard of terms like centralized architecture, like zonal architecture, these type of trends which you hear. And these type of architectures, they aim to simplify the vehicle architecture, deploying lower numbers of ECUs in the car with a simpler interconnection scheme, so less wires, right? And a lot of the functionality is now moving into software. It's now reflected in software, and it's concentrated in fewer units. Centralized architectures, they help to enhance overall quality, costs, performance, and security. And the consolidation also helps in other aspects, like reducing the weight. Think about the wiring. How many kilometers of wires do we have normally in the car? And they help with things like conserving energy, which is really important for EVs, right? You don't want the battery to drain during the night because your electronics are on. But that doesn't mean that central compute is only limited to EVs, right? It's just often connected to EVs because EVs are new. They deploy new architectures, and that's a chance for the OEMs to move to something like this, right? But a normal ICE vehicle, of course, can also employ central compute. On the very heart of these new architectures, there's always a single, or at least a very limited number of central compute nodes. And they need to have all the capabilities, enough capabilities to host multiple domains. So in terms of performance, in terms of all the different parameters these things have. Deploying such a central compute units to our customers will help them and enable them to move to these simpler centralized architectures and to more of the software-defined vehicle approach we're always hearing, right? Keeping the cars fresh, being able to deploy new features via OTA, so over-the-air update with ease, right? With more ease than today. Additionally, if you look at today's architectures, we have ever-increasing number in features. These features, which are implemented in the vehicles, they come with data exchange, they come with complexity, with interconnection. And if you now spread this over the complex architectures we have today, it just becomes a complexity which cannot be handled. So moving to centralized architectures with fewer nodes, higher integrated software, is actually enable more feature growth, which wouldn't be possible with a normal architecture or with a traditional architecture. And automotive, by the way, is not the only area where this is happening. So I have a background in aviation. I spent like nearly 20 years in the aviation industry, and there this consolidation is already happening, is already well underway. The difference to automotive is in aviation, the cost doesn't play the role, right? So it's easier to move to such things like this if you don't have to look at the price tag. And in particular, in HARMAN, we're looking at the constellation of two domains, of the in-cabin experience and the ADAS driving experience. In a classical approach, if you look at ADAS, you have multiple ECUs involved. You have one doing the ADAS functions, you have another one maybe doing the parking functions, and then you have your IVI ECUs. Calling out maybe one problem here, if you think about it, all these different ECUs need to exchange data. And if that's spread over different boxes with different wiring, it becomes complex integration task. So just one example, if you move to a central compute unit, that becomes easier.
Wow, outstanding. You know, these are so many issues that it's actually difficult to get a glimpse under the hood for the consumer, you know, even for folks in the industry. I mean, this is really advanced technology. Now, we're talking about central compute or the central compute unit, aka CCU. I'm going to abbreviate that. You know, I didn't realize this would be addressing things such as the weight of all the wires, or indeed the connection between different computer units within the car. It's optimizing the cost, it's optimizing the quality, it's making things safer and faster, and you know, it's a revolution under the hood, I would say. I absolutely love this. So talk to us a bit about what's happening with CCU at CES 2025. Are there any new features or any new partnerships even that you want to mention?
Yeah, sure. So here at CES, I mean, we are, as I said before, we are concentrating on consolidation of ADAS with our in-cabin experience. And if you look at our show floor here, you have all the cabin experience we have readily available at HARMAN, which is impressive. And that we want to bring together with an ADAS functionality in one box. We decided to partner with an industry-leading partner to bring this together with us into the CCU approach, right? So, and we decided to partner with a well-known ADAS supplier, HL Klemove. They're based in Korea. They're in the market. They have a spectacular portfolio of ADAS hardware, software, and sensors. And we're working together with them since about 12 months, right? What we did so far is we brought their ADAS Level 2 solution and our ready upgrade together in one box, in a prototype, what we call CCU Lite. It's a road-ready prototype. We integrated it in our Auto One cars, along with their sensor sets, their software, and it drives on the road. You can experience it in Germany on the test track. We have on the stand here a video of that drive. Again, it's a prototype, but it shows that we mastered the technology and we can bring these things together. And as a further step, actually today, we're going to sign the partnership agreement with HL Klemove here on the stand in CES, and then take it one step further and going to co-design a new CCU unit, a dedicated CCU unit, combining our best-in-class in-cabin experience with the ADAS L2 Plus stack from HL Klemove.
Phenomenal. Well, listen, congratulations to you and the team. This is always great to see best-in-class technology and solutions providers coming together to make something new, to make something that wouldn't be possible individually, or, you know, you can just deliver it to the nth degree of excellence and reliability and safety and cost effectiveness. And this is really music to my ears, using a musical metaphor. But, you know, we see you from where we're sitting recording the podcast. We can literally see the stand where you're demonstrating, you're showing the video from the track over there in Germany and showing this technology working, you know, on the road. What has the reaction been when people come up and see this and they actually see the box and they see the video? What have people been saying to you?
Actually, they are impressed that we have the prototype running, that it's up and running. They're surprised how far ahead we are in mastering the technology.
Yeah, because this, I mean, would I be right in saying this does not exist anywhere already at the moment? This is absolutely a leading new product.
It's a very new product for HARMAN.
Yeah.
And we hope, we're getting the necessary attention with it, I would think.
Yeah, fantastic, fantastic. I love to hear it. So that's absolutely brilliant. I can see you run off your feet over there. You probably have to get back to some meetings now. So listen, I am going to wrap up with one last question for you. I really appreciate your time, Werner. So talk to us about any future trends that you see in this space. And, it'd be great to get a glimpse on how Harman Automotive is looking at these trends and how to meet them in the future.
I would say CCU is the future trend, right? It leads to SDV, it leads to centralized architectures, it leads to connected car, and then this is the trend, right? It's all connected, and I think Harman Automotive is in the center of it all.
Well said. My goodness. Well, that's a mic drop moment if ever there was one. Listen, congratulations to you and the team. Thank you for connecting all of the dots. Thank you for making all of our drives safer, more optimized, more interesting, and really raising the bar across the board with automotive and central computing. It's brilliant stuff. So thank you very much to you and your team, Werner Metternich.
Thank you, Oisin, for the time.
Brilliant. So viewers, I really hope you enjoyed that discussion as much as I did. This is fantastic new technology. It's really groundbreaking. It's paving the way for a whole new era of automotive intelligence. If you would like to know much more about CCU and all the Harman Automotive products, head on over to car.harman.com and explore.harman.com to get the lowdown. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment wherever you're watching or listening to this podcast, and share the love. And really, we hope to see you on the next podcast. Stay safe and stay always ready.